In this video, I'll tell you everything that you need to know about the Superteam 38mm carbon wheelset. My name is Neyfi Del Rosario and I am a holistic nutritionist and best-selling author here in New York City. I just came back from the gym, from doing gym stuff as always, and I'm getting ready to go out on a 30-mile bike ride, and I'm taking out the wheel out of my bike so I can show you one of the best value for money wheel sets that you can buy and compare it to my training aluminum wheel set. Also, there'll be a link in the description down below where you can get this wheel set. So let's take a closer look at this wheel set. So right now we're taking a closer look at the front rim. The rear rim is also similar to the front rim. It only has more spokes and a larger hub for the cassette. So they're virtually identical. As you can see, the lacing of the carbon fiber, it is very even. It is a very even applied carbon fiber. So if you think about Chinese carbon wheels, the first thing that you might think about is like, oh no, they might be very uneven and they might be unsafe to ride. But as you can see, it is a very gorgeous wheel, right? And I love carbon fiber. And as you can see here, it's one of the seams where one layer of carbon fiber ended for this side and they attach another one. You kind of feel that is very well done, very well manufactured. They do manufacture these in very large quantities, to be honest, but I am really happy how this came out. This is a rim brake specific rim, if that makes sense. The texture along the braking track is very different. It's meant to grab onto the brake pads. These rims come with brake pads. They take a little bit of time to wear in, but after you take it down a couple of hills, they brake just as good as an aluminum wheel with regular wheel pads. I also forgot to mention, I've ridden with these rims for 500 miles. And you know, 500 miles is a lot of miles and they're still holding up okay. They're still looking great. Even though these wheels are the shallowest wheels you can find on Amazon or anywhere that you can find these wheels are very well designed as an aero wheel. So they're very aerodynamic, and because they're lighter and aerodynamic, yes, I am faster on them. I feel faster. These wheels are very stiff. And here's my aluminum wheel. And as you can see, this wheel is heavy. This one is very light. And you never notice how heavy a wheel is until you get some carbon fiber rims. These carbon fiber rims are very entry level, right? If you ever want to upgrade to, let's say, a name brand or a well-known brand rim, you can also do that. But I don't see any problem with these. So let me show you how they actually ride. So the way they actually ride really nice. I have no complaints about it. So these wheels are very stiff, stiffer than your regular aluminum wheels for sure. And it makes sense because carbon fiber is a very stiff material. They make F1 cars out of carbon fiber. They don't even need a roll cage. That's how strong carbon fiber is. Aside from the brake pads being a little bit subpar, if you really want better braking power, you just get better brake pads for these rims. Also, the rear wheel will flex. Right, when will it flex? When you're really sprinting and there's like 500 meters out in the race and you're racing to win the race and you really put out all of the watts. I mean all of the watts. The rear wheel will flex. I think they do that so the spokes wouldn't break under load. That only happens on the rear wheel. You can take your rear rim to a wheel builder, right? They can tie up the spokes and make it even stiffer in a way that it wouldn't flex, right? For me, that is not a problem. All of my rides are very long distance. They don't really involve that kind of sprinting, as in like track sprinting on the road or anything crazy like that. I do train as a duathlon, so I do ride my bike at lightning speeds, but it's more of a sustained period of time. Right? And this bike is very light, so I like climbing, and when you're climbing you don't really sprint like that, right? You're just going up hills. As I was saying, they make my bike look really cool, right? Even though they are only 38mm, I was really thinking of going with 88s, but you know, 88s is not really viable. It's not a really viable option because crosswind. This is a very good all-rounder wheel. you can always use these ones because this wheelset is just as expensive as, you know, an aluminum training wheel pair. So if you really wish, instead of buying an aluminum wheel, you can just buy one of these. It's just gonna cost you the same amount of money. Another thing that I would like to point out about this wheelset is that it's a very, very loud wheelset. And I think that is a very good thing because cars can hear you, other cyclists hear you when you're coming behind them. It can be a safe feature of this wheelset. If you like quiet bikes, this is not the wheelset for you, but let me show you how they sound like. Okay? Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah, it sounds like a plane. People freak out when they hear me coming behind them. They're like, oh my god, he's coming so fast. But I'm not really going that fast. It's just the wheelset is loud and it lets other people know when you're coming. I think these wheelsets are very good value for money. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, because I'll be making videos like this every single week to inspire you to become the healthiest version of yourself. You'll see the power of nutrition. And here are 2 videos in the screen where you can learn something new from me right now. I love every single one of you. Also, when you're racing with a bike like this, you want people to know that you mean business, unless you like, you know, quiet bikes. If you like quiet bikes, this is not the wheelset for you.